As my investigative patrol came within 500 meters of our objective, the wide service corridor ended, and two smaller tunnels continued forward. Detective Vi was 100 meters ahead of us, scouting out our route. Ordering my Arbites to take the tunnel on the right, I signaled for Proctor Alcom and Brother Julan to follow me down the left. When I took my first steps into the degrading shaft, the ever-present stench seemed to press in on me. Dark liquids dripped on us from broken pipes near the ceiling. The metal plates that made up the floor creaked and squealed, though we moved with all stealth. Doorways venting steam or obstructed by jagged debris branched off every 15 feet. By the time I saw the end of the tunnel, Vi was nearly on top of our target coordinates, and my Arbites had reached a bulkhead leading to an adjoining chamber. We had exited the cramped shaft to find ourselves in a long, tall chamber. We increased our pace. Vi had concealed herself and was waiting for us to reach her position. At that point, the stench had become painful in its intensity.
"There is evil here,"
Julan growled.
"This stench, it is nothing of nature."
"Marshal, I have movement,"
Vi hissed across the comms link.
20 meters ahead of you, and moving fast towards your position.
We stopped dead, aiming our weapons off into the darkness. Our mounted lights tried pitifully to cut through the shroud. I could hear a rustling in the distance, and then rushed footfalls. To my surprise, I recognized the thing that stumbled into the beams of our lights. It wore the body of an unhelmed Arbites, Sergeant Gedrin Uma, but I knew he was gone the moment our eyes met. He had wounds all over his face, and though they were not enough to kill a man, I could see shiny writhing strands reaching towards me from his torn flesh. The possessed, twitching corpses of a full arbitrator squad followed him out of the gloom, and together they rushed at us. Alright, so we're going to jump into turn 3. We get a little bit of a clearer shot from over here. You can see what's happening on our side. So I need a minute to think about this side. I'm going to start with our Arbites over here. They're going to probably just back up a bit and start taking shots into this foul plague bearer. Alright, so these two Arbites have backed up. They're both armed with bolters. They can go a little bit of a further distance away, still get shots. They're both within 8 inches. These Arbites up here have the shotguns, and they get a bonus, I believe, when they're within 4 inches, so they're going to stay up close. Also, I realized my two shotgun Arbites are kind of blocking line of sight from my bolt gun guys, so I'm going to scoot them over a couple inches, keeping them within 4 inches of the plague bearer. There they go. So it's going to be pretty dangerous taking on all these zombies up close. So I'm going to start with Marshal Sethrel and move him back over towards this wall to get a little distance between him and the zombies. He's over here now, still in line of sight. So yeah, a little safer. Next we're going to do something kind of risky. Let's see, I actually need to look at the rules real fast. So, we've got this new hand-to-hand combat rule, breaking from combat. I guess this was the old rule, so all we're worrying about is this bottom part. It says, when a fighter breaks off from a fight, he simply turns his back and runs. His opponent may take an initiative test to make one hit before he flees. If passed, the fighter hits opponent automatically as he breaks, inflicting one hit, which is worked out immediately. So, we're going to have our Space Marine Scout, Julan, that's his name. He's going to do a tactical retreat, so he doesn't get stuck in the horde of zombies that comes up this turn. And I realized I don't think I'd shown off either of the enemy stats. So this is the Plague Zombie stats. They move 2d6, weapon skill 2, strength and toughness 3, everything else, wounds 1. So they have 1 initiative, which means they need to roll a 1 in able to hit Julan as he retreats from them, which is good. So shouldn't be in too much danger. But they do have the Plague special rule on their teeth and nails, which if models are wounded, they need to hit on, or they need to roll on this injury chart. And it's a pretty good chance that you'll either get sick or turn into a zombie. So, anyways, that is the zombies stats, and we have Plague Bearer also. They're pretty dangerous in here. Weapon skill 5, strength and toughness 4, 2 wounds, initiative 3, leadership 10. They're tough, so it's good there's only one of them. It has -1 to enemies combat score in melee combat, so that's pretty crazy if it gets up close. And then its weapon does D3 damage with a -2 save, and it can parry. So yeah. So here's the zombies initiative roll. Oh, a 2, that's close, but not quite. So Julan is able to pull back from the combat and not take a hit. But he will not be able to shoot this turn. And Alcom has also fallen back, but staying within 8 inches of the zombies. So he's going to shoot another frag into them this turn. The Vi is going to become unhidden and run over to this edge. I'm not really sure what I'm planning to do with her, but I thought it would be good for her to do something. So she's going to take some shots. And since there are no ladders leading up to this platform, it takes double the movement to climb up things like that. So it's 3 inches high, but since there's no ladders or easy ways up, it's going to be 6 inches. So these zombies will have to roll at least 6 to get up to the top of this. So she has a little bit of a defense. And we will start the shooting phase with our 2 shotgun arbites. So I'm a little afraid about these not hitting, but I'm going to use the solid shots again. So that's strength 4, but no bonus to hit it short range. So they're still going to be hitting on 4s. Just going to roll for them both at once. 4s to hit. Wow, this one is cocked, so... Oh my goodness. A 3 and 2. I messed up. I shouldn't have used the solids. Oh well. Okay, we still got our bolt gun guys. So they both have clear lines of sight, and they're within 8 inches, or they're under their short range, so they're getting a +1 to hit, hitting on 3s. Wow, these arbites are just terrible. They need some training. Okay, well, it's a demon. He's half immaterial, so next we're gonna have Vi shoot at this armored zombie down here. She's within her short range for her auto pistol, and that gives her +2 to hit, so she will be hitting on 2s, I believe. The zombie's out in the open, no cover. She got a 6, so she's gonna have to take an ammo roll. But she does hit the zombie. Wounding on a 4. It's another 6. It's a wound for sure, and the Arbiter's armor, or arbitrator armor, is a 4+ save. But it only rolls a 2. So that zombie is taken out. Detective Vi gets a wounding hit. And she's got to take that ammo roll, so I'll do that right now. Let's see what the auto pistol ammo roll is. It is a 4+. So, oh, she rolls a 2, and that means she's out of ammo in her auto pistol. So I'll mark her with a out of ammo marker. She still has her stub gun, but I'll put this marker next to her so we know she's out of ammo in pistol she's been using, her main one. Next we will have Sethrel shooting into this zombie right here. So we'll just figure out what that's going to be. He's normally hitting on 3s within short range with his hand cannon. He gets +1, so he's going to be hitting on 2s. Or we'll say 3s, but he adds 1 to his roll, so pretty much the same thing. That was a 4. So that hits the zombie. Wounds on, this is strength 4 against toughness 3, so it's wounding on 3s. That's a wound. And the Arbites armor. Oh, it does save, unfortunately. The hand cannon shot just bounces off, makes a big dent. And these zombies are immune to pinning, so it is not bothered by that shot. And finally, we've got Proctor Alcom here. He's also within 8 inches, short range, for his grenade launcher. And I believe that gives him, yes, +1 to hit. So he's going to be hitting on 3s. Just a frag shot on a 3. Oh, that is really sad. I think he may accidentally almost hit our bro. I did that totally wrong. So I'm supposed to place the grenade template where it is, where I want it to land. That's what I should have done first. So I apologize. And now that I've missed, it has a chance to scatter off this. So I'm going to roll my scatter die and the artillery die. Oh, that looks really bad. 8 inches back towards me, but it can only scatter half the distance that it was fired at, so it can only go about 4 inches back. But that's right on Brother Chulon, so yeah, it's like directly back. Okay, I might have hit my Space Marine. Oh, I definitely hit him. Uh-oh. It bounces off the zombie, ricochets back, and explodes right over Julon, so let's hope he survives this. He's gonna be pinned either way, but, or, yeah, I believe he'll be pinned. Let's see. He is not wounded. It was only strength 3, he's toughness 4, so thank God he's not killed or wounded by our own guy's grenade. That would be really embarrassing, but he still hit him. And I believe that means he's pinned, so we'll mark him as pinned. Normally I lay my models down, but I'm going to try this little exclamation point as a pinned marker. Yeah, so not the most effective shooting turn, but that's what we had. So we're going to do zombies turn 3 now. So we're going to start with our closest zombies, this guy right here first. Moving 2d6. Oh, I'll have to fix that. Let me roll this. So that's 7 inches. So 7 inches is definitely enough to get this zombie up to Julon. I just pushed another model over. So he's jumping up to right there. Into combat with Julon. Fix this. This is going to be the next zombie to move. 2d6. Only 3 inches. That zombie doesn't make it in, but we're going to go for this one next. Oh wow. That's 8 inches. And that allows that zombie to get in to hand-to-hand combat with Julon. So now we're on to moving this mutated, even more foul-smelling swarm of zombies. And they are closest to Vi, even though she's up on that building. So they're going to start climbing up there, trying to get at her. So we'll start with this guy in the front here. That is 8. So 8 would allow him to climb up to here. This zombie next. Oh, 9 inches, wow. Oh, I guess I should be going directly towards Vi, so it's gonna be 4 inches. And it's 6 inches to get up here, so that one couldn't quite make it. Yeah, because I've been moving the zombies directly towards people, so they wouldn't go like up here. They just go straight towards her. Oh well, we'll just keep going with the zombies we got. This one right here next. Wow, 10. Okay. These zombies are real thirsty. That one was very close, but he was a little over 4 inches away from the wall. And so he had only 5 inches then to get up the wall. So we'll do this next one right here. Six inch. All right, he's there. We'll go with this guy next. Okay, that's 8 inches. And our final boy here. That's another 8. So one zombie did make it up there, but the rest were a little too far away. Didn't roll quite hard enough. And finally we'll have our Plague Bearer move. Okay, this Plague Bearer has a 4-inch move, which means an 8-inch charge, and that can let him jump right in to combat with both of these arbitrators. And I'm just going to use this as a charge marker. Alright, so we're just going to go right into combat, I guess. It's going to be this Nurgle demon versus this first arbitrator on the right to start. So I've been forgetting about when you charge, I believe you get +1 to your combat score. So the Nurgle demon is at +1 for charging them, and his cloud of flies gives the arbitrator -1 to his combat score. So this is going to be a really hard fight for the Arbites. So here we go. Oh, keep doing that. I'll re-roll this one. Oh, not looking good. So this is 4 for the Nurgle. His weapon skill is 5, so that's 9. And +1, he's at 10 combat score. The Arbites, or the arbitrator, is only he's got a 2. Cloud of flies reduces it to a 1, and he's only got 3 for his weapon skill. So that's really not so good. He's only got 4. That means this Nurgle demon gets 6 hits on him. That is crazy. He's probably gonna murder him right here. So here we are, the 6 hits, wounding on 3s. So 4 of them wound. The heavy of the armor of the arbitrators is a 4+, but this has a -2 armor save. So he only gets a 6+ save for all of these hits. None of them are saved, which means he takes 4 unsaved hits, which means 4 injury rolls. So these we'll do one at a time. 1, which means he's taken a flesh wound. And we'll knock him down, so we know he's down. So 1 flesh wound, we'll add that onto him. So I drop this flesh wound counter next to him. We'll do the next injury roll next. He's probably not going to survive this, and that number 6 means he's out of action. So he's just gone. That arbitrator fell in combat, leaving his comrade, squad member, to face this demon all by himself. And I almost forgot, but this Arbites over here that fought the demon and survived needs to take a leadership test. He should have taken it before he fought, but when his friend went down, it could have spooked him, so we're going to need to see what happens now. Arbitrators have a leadership 6. If he rolls over 6, he flees. Oh man. Looks like he's running away. And this Nurgle Demon will have a chance to make a free hit on him. So if you're moving voluntarily from combat, the opposing model gets to make an initiative test to try and hit you. Since I'm just breaking, my nerve is breaking, and I'm running from combat, he automatically gets a hit on me. So we're just going to roll for that now. So I forgot to record these rolls, but it looks like what happened was the demon failed its initiative roll to hit the guardsman on his way running away from the demon. And the guardsman then rolled, looks like a 5, and went 5 inches away, ran 5 inches from the demon. So the Necromunda rules for pinning are, when you get into hand-to-hand combat, even if you were shot earlier that turn, you are no longer pinned. You have to get up and defend yourself with no penalties, surprisingly. So we're going to do the combat between Julan and this first zombie on the side. Here we go. The zombie is getting +1 because it charged. I've been forgetting to do that. And Julan's getting -1 because he's armed with his heavy bolter, which is heavy and makes him slow. So this is Julan. -1 to that. He's got, it's going to be 2, and his weapon skill of 4. So that's 6 for him. Let me just turn that to a 2, just so we remember. And for the zombie, let's see. Sorry, that is actually going to be, the zombie fumbled, giving him +1. I know, this stuff is boring, but just trying to get the rules accurate. 7 for Julan. The zombie is at 4 because he charged. So Julan's getting 3 hits on that zombie. He's wounding on 3s. So only 1 wound there. And the zombie has the arbitrator armor, 4+. Oops. I'll re-roll that just to be fair. Of course, the zombie saves it. He's not killed. Now this is going to be for Julan versus this next zombie. Zombie gets +1 attack, +1 combat skill. Combat score +2 actually because he's charging. This is looking bad for Julan. Julan does get this +1 from the zombie's fumble. So here we go. This is pretty much 3 right there. That's would go down to 2 because Julan has got the heavy weapon, but we're boosting it with this 1. So back to 3. Plus his combat skill of 4 is 7. This is going to be 8 because the +2 the zombie has for charging and also for being the second model to fight. 8 already, and then 9, 10 because of his weapon skill of 2. So 10 versus 7. Zombie's getting 3 bites and scratches at Julan. Wounding only on 5s. And no wounds come from that. Julan is too tough for that zombie. Zombie just can't even handle it. Okay. That is our zombie combat over here. And that pretty much brings us to the end of our turn. That was turn 3. We don't have to make any leadership tests, even though we lost a guy. If we lose one more, we will have to start making bottle rolls and maybe run out of here in shame back to the planetary governor. Tell him we couldn't handle what was down here. So I really appreciate anyone who watches these videos, and I especially appreciate anyone who leaves comments or feedback. And really, I'd like to see, other people start to share, play a little Inquisimunda if they're interested in it, and share, their adventures, their whatever crazy kind of shit happens. yeah, it's just fun to watch, fun to share and talk about, and I don't really see any people playing Inquisimunda on YouTube. So thanks, and hopefully I'll get this next part out soon. All right.